Good afternoon, everybody. Buckeye Piper here. Enjoying. Hey, broke out the Dracula pipe. Look at that. Not smoking the. It is a Peterson, but not smoking the St. Patrick's Day pipe. So this is a 999 Peterson. Today's going to be a day I break out some stuff, some pipes and some tobaccos that I haven't tried yet. Well, I've tried this pipe, but maybe tobaccos. And see what we got. Drinking a little Johnny Walker Double Black. And man, that is oaky. Very smoky. Very hot here today in North Carolina. It's in the low 90s, very humid. Got my Panama Jack bald-headed man cap on. So, just want to come on, do an initial impression, maybe chew the fat a little bit, talk about some things going on. Of course, you know the 400 sub, my 400 sub gauze going on. Have some great entries to that already. Plenty of time to get in. Loving the videos. Curmudgeon did a fantastic one today. I really enjoyed. Perfect attendance for 11 years in school. Probably got half that school and half the town sick. He was on a mission, man, and that's the kind of stuff. It's just cool. That's what doing this GA I was hoping to get. It's just some of those funny stories, man. The stuff we don't talk about. You know, we talk about tobacco and lighters and pipes, and we talk about, you know, even our whiskey and hell, I even talk about my Diet Dr. Pepper. But sometimes you just don't hear some of those. I bet you didn't know stories. I've got a bunch of, I'll share a quick one with me. I bet you didn't know I've completed the first track to be a minister, a pastor in Assemblies of God. So I haven't done anything with it for years, but I had completed the first track. So that's something about me. So there you go. I've got some other things maybe I'll share as the GA goes on. But cool stuff. Really falling back in love with the Zippo lighter. A lot of people say you can get the taste. I don't. So today, I want to do an initial impression review of a tobacco I've never had. And this tobacco comes from the country Squire down in Jackson, Mississippi. If you haven't heard of the country Squire, check out their website. I would highly recommend you check out their podcast. I catch that podcast every week. It's one of the only ones I catch weekly. John David Cole and Bo, they just do a heck of a good job with pipe smoking and just different, you know, just different ways to look at pipe smoking. I mean, some of it's historical, some of it's, you know, futuristic was the one this week. What's pipe smoking going to look like in 50 years? There's just a lot of information there. So I figured I listened to those guys enough. Let me try some Country Squire tobacco. So I picked out another good reason I tried the Country Squire. They had 3 tins of Squadron Leader, so I picked that up. Put that in the cellar. But I picked up 5 of their really highly rated house blends. And the note I got back from them said these were probably their top 5. So the one I'm smoking today is from their Middle Earth series, and it's Green Dragon. I also picked up, I think it's called PS Blend, which is named after, excuse me, a gentleman that used to patron the Squire, and it's an English aromatic. I picked up a blend called Cowboy Coffee. on the recommendation of Road Glide Sully. That has some Dark Fire Kentucky in it as a condimental leaf. So it's not just straight Kentucky. Picked up a blend they call Cherokee, which is probably their most popular. And then I picked up a blend called Thin Mint. I just wanted to give that a shot. It just sounded good. That Thin Mint stunk up the whole bag too, boy, over time. But today, look at the smoke this puts out. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Green Dragon. And I'm going to read a little excerpt from the Squire's website. It looks like Green Dragon, really by the ounce, goes for about $5.50 an ounce. That's about typical for a custom blended product from a B&M. But Green Dragon, it's all Virginia. It's a straight Virginia. It's a blend of ripe, air-cured, and rich, flue-cured Virginia tobaccos, smooth and easy to smoke. The richness of this blend is accented by noticeable grass, hay, and natural sugars. A treat for your palate and your companions. And that's how it's marketed. And this is marketed actually after it's in their Middle Earth tobaccos. From what I understand, the Green Dragon is an inn in the Shire. I'm not 100% up on my Middle Earth stuff, guys, so you'll have to tell me if I'm wrong. I've read The Hobbit, but that's as far as I've gotten with it. So let's talk about this Green Dragon. This was actually recommended to me a while back by my good buddy Drew, PT Daily. He spoke really highly of it, so when I put in a Shire order, I knew I would get some Green Dragon just to see what the hubbub was about. I will tell you, the description that the Squire gives is dang near spot on in my opinion. Very, very, very rich tasting, like a really rich grassy hay note. And you guys hear me talk about the grass all the time. And for you new pipe smokers that may come on the channel, it doesn't mean you go out and grab a handful of grass and stuff it in your mouth. It's that scent and that taste you get, like especially when a fresh cut yard, right? Somebody just mowed their grass and you go out in the summer and it's a sweet smell and you can just taste it in the back of your palate. That's what I'm talking about. Same thing with hay. It's not putting a big thing of hay in your mouth and chewing it, right? So a lot of pipe smoking has to do with how the smell and how your retrohale and how that hits your palate and what flavors you can pull off of it. And the cool thing is everybody can pull something a little bit different. We smoke stuff, there's stuff that people will smoke and say they're pulling citrus and everything out, and I just can't, but I pull something else out, and we're all unique. We're all built different. So anyhow, Green Dragon, very smooth. Like any Virginia, it does burn a little hot. Any Virginia is going to burn a little hot. So this is one you want to sip on. When you burn a Virginia too hot, you burn away some of the natural sugars and the sweetness. So you don't want to burn them too hot. You also risk tongue bite too. Virginias will smack you in the face if you smoke them too aggressive. They just burn hotter than a lot of the other ones, the other tobaccos. Really, and I learned this from the Squire, and I'm not doing it. But Virginias, straight Virginias especially, should be enjoyed in a billiard or a tall billiard, something that's a very long, tall pipe. It keeps it a little bit cooler and lets the natural sugars just kind of come through the tobacco. But I'm a very unorthodox pipe smoker. I don't have any pipes dedicated really to a specific blend. I just put in, I do try to keep Englishes and English pipes, and Virginias and Virginia pipes, and aromatics and aromatic pipes. But even sometimes I'll cross over Virginias and Englishes and just go non-aromatic, aromatic, and it doesn't seem to bother me or the experience. So, if you are a fan of Virginias, I'm going to give Green Dragon a big thumbs up. Very, very nice Virginia tobacco. Again, burns hot. Be careful. I found it pretty dry right out of the pouch, or right out, yeah, because I bought it in bulk. Most of the Squire stuff, in fact, all of it, if their specialty stuff is going to come in bulk, so it's going to come in a bag. So right out of the bag was pretty dry. I dried it down another half hour. Really easy to light, really easy to pack. It was a longer cut, it was a ribbon cut, but it's one of those that's got the long stringy ribbons. Sometimes those frustrate me because, I don't know, just they don't always want to go in the bowl the right way. But got it in there, packed really nice and easy. And a good Virginia smoke. This one would be a good one with, your favorite alcoholic beverage. This probably would pair great with a beer, just like a Pilsner, just get a Bud Light or a Coors Light or something like that. Michelob Ultra, it'd probably pair really nice with that. It's pairing okay with the Johnny Walker. The darkness, the smokiness of the Johnny Walker, that would probably pair better with an English. But it's not doing bad. There you have it, folks. That's initial impressions. Green Dragon from the Country Squire. You can catch them online at thecountrysquireonline.com. Catch their podcast. Highly recommend their podcast. It's fantastic. And check out their tobaccos. I'll do some reviews on the other ones that I picked up and let you know what I think of those. But so far, Green Dragon, it's definitely one that'll be around. I enjoy it. So, wishing you all the blessings in the world. Stay safe out there. Pay it forward and take care of each other. We'll catch you next time. Have a great day.